One of the reasons why I had a difficulty following through with projects or responsibilities that I was committing to in my past is that I would validate myself. I would say, good job, unconsciously, or like subconsciously, I would say, good job to myself when I made a commitment to a project because it's really easy to say yes to things. And it feels good to say yes to things. And I found that when I said yes to things, or even when I made small achievements that weren't really big ones, I found myself over validating the experience. And what happened is that turned into me not taking action afterwards because I was allowing myself to feel the dopamine or the joy or whatever it was of the excitement or just the positivity of starting something positive or of doing something small that was positive, even though it wasn't going to amount up to the large responsibility or task that I had to accomplish. And if that resonates with you, this is a secret that I learned through a lot of hard fought battles of learning how to be consistent. And it's something that I still train myself to do. I'm not perfect with this, but I've made significant strides with it. And that is, there are two times when I try to recommit to the work that I do on myself. If you can tie two feelings back to a recommitment to do the work on yourself, you are in a golden opportunity for growth. And those two places are, one, when you are doing something well, when you're feeling that validation, when you started the project and someone's like, great job, you're gonna do great on this, or wow, what a great commitment, you just committed to that marathon or that work project. When you feel that gratification, if you can train your brain to have the first thought be, wow, I feel good, that means I need to do more of the things that support me to make me feel good. If you can do that, you've solved half of the loop. And that's a big half of the loop, right? But if you can tie the feeling of feeling good back to supporting yourself, you're closing a massive loop and you're giving yourself a high likelihood of continuing to engage in a way that's likely going to follow through with your actions. That's one. The second one, obviously, is the other side, is if you can tie, and I talk about this all the time in my content, which is that if you can also tie the feeling of failure or rejection or disappointment, embarrassment, anxiety, all those things, if you can tie those feelings to a recommitment on the work as well, you have just created such a solid system for yourself, which is that if we just logically think that in order for me to have a high likelihood of engaging in the things that I really want to engage in, taking actions that are aligned with my values, then I want to be supporting myself, right? Mental health, physical health, etc., spiritual health, social health, all that kind of stuff. If I know that when I'm investing myself in that way, I have a higher probability of acting in a way that makes me feel good, following through with my actions, and anytime things are going really well or really poorly, I recommit back to that behavior or those behaviors, that work that gives me the opportunity to do well, then I have just solved for two of the largest reasons why we fall off track and why we stop being consistent. And genuinely, I hope you take this to heart because this is something that has dramatically changed my life. And I'm not perfect with it yet, but I've made such significant strides that when I feel good, I say, I'm feeling good. What led me to feel good? And when I'm feeling bad, I think, what an opportunity to support myself to feel good. And feeling good in this context is acting in alignment with my values. How can I support myself in any given moment, whether I'm doing well or poorly, to engage in behaviors that make me proud of myself? And if that obstacle resonates with you, that you have a tendency to fall off track after like a gratifying experience, right? You have a meeting and it goes well and your boss is like, great job. And then you log off and then you're just like, oh, I guess I'm not going to work for the rest of the week because I feel good about myself right now. This is for you. This is for you. I promise. Recommit to the work that makes you feel good about yourself because you take action and align with your values. And if you need support with that, reach out to me. I have lots of resources and lots of insight on this subject. Peace.